A Hunter in Teyvat, Chapter 82, Fan Fiction, by Azazyel. Lumine and I brought Childe down onto the ground, and with us having access to 3 elements, we were both stronger than Lumine should have been in canon when she dealt with Childe the first time here in Liyue. With Childe already in his foul legacy transformation that augmented his hydro vision with the abyss-tuned electro elements, the battle became a destructive slog as his power was almost a perfect offense with how his hydro waters could channel the corrupted lightning of his delusion, to say nothing of how his transformation also boosted his physical capabilities beyond the norm of a vision wielder. So I met his conjured weapons made out of his elements with my own great sword and saber, with my own electro abilities protecting me a good deal from the corrupted electro energy he was using, along with using my geo powers to augment my aura to protect me. "Hey, I was fighting Morax, why the hell are you getting in this, damn it?" he yelled, and I took a skating blow across my side on my aura as I dashed forward and dropped my greatsword into my space bag. I threw my fist forward in a sharp quick jab and punched Childe right in the nose, making his head rock back. Then a large conjured whale of hydro water enhanced with arcing rays of Electro screamed into existence, leaping from behind Childe and attempting to smash me into a paste with the size of the large conjuration. But even as I summoned the arms of Ruin Greater to stop the blow, a large pillar of geostone was conjured that rammed into and pushed Childe's conjuration back towards him, making him tisk at Lumine, helping me push his own conjuration back him. "How the hell did you bring back Geese home?" I demanded, and Childe just rolled his eyes as our blades met again with loud clanging noises, while Lumine made sharp cuts at Childe's knees, elbows, and even his neck with her sword as I took the brunt of his focus. "Why does it even matter? I am going to kill you in this battle anyway," Childe said almost conversationally, and in response, I exploded with arcing electro energies surrounding myself, making him curse as the arcs of lightning made him stagger with the hostile lightning freezing his nerves for a second, and in that moment I drop-kicked Childe in the face with all my strength, and using a glyph beneath myself to increase the speed and the gravity of my kick with a gravity glyph, while also putting an acceleration glyph behind him to pass through and increase his speed. The combination sent him flying through a building and smashing through a tree before he rolled across the ground for several meters with a groan. "Damn it, you two got Electro too? That's just not fair, huh?" Childe chuckled as he got back up to his feet, and I could tell he was fucking grinning under the mask that covered his face in his foul legacy transformation. "But hey, for that little treat, I will give an answer." "Ugh, what was it again?" "Oh yeah, basically the Fatui been messing around the remains of gods, and well." He shrugged as he spoke wryly. "That Tsaritsa decided to head down to the abyss where the afterlife is, grabbed her soul, and then, in a body that was saturated with her divine remains, shoved her modified soul within that person's body. Did she get that idea from the experiments Tor ran on Childe or something?" I thought before shutting down the thoughts as I summoned my great sword back into my hands to block a powerful arrow of hydro filled with electro energy. "Heh, well, anyway, I already performed my mission. See you guys later," Childe said cheerfully as he coated himself in a pillar of hydro energy and shot towards the sky. My eyes glowed green as I pulled on every damned spark of anemo energy I could, and I felt blood seep through my nose and eyes as I created a massive violent whirling tornado that thrashed through the pillar of water Childe used to fly through the air. "No you fucking don't. I am not being made into a punk who lets you bastards get away again," I snarled as my vision darkened as the tornado broke apart Childe's hydro transportation, and I saw blood being wrung from his ragdolling form as the tornado violently sucked all the air out of his lungs, along with the tornado itself being made out of countless wind blades. But finally, as my hearing started to go and I couldn't even understand Paimon and Lumine's words, I dropped the tornado and had to lean on my sword as I could faintly hear Childe's form being dropped to the ground from where it was held up like 30 meters into the air. Damn it. I burnt myself out. I cursed as I took in the bleeding form of Childe, who was lying on the ground unmoving, so I looked up to Morax, who was fighting. "Jake, are you alright? You are bleeding through your eyes and nose," Paimon screamed, and I wiped the blood off from under my nose with the back of my hand as I pinched my thigh to use the pain to clear my seemingly waterlogged head. "Yeah. I will be fine with some rest," I said as I felt Lumine check me out as well before nodding. "Anyway, I think I can try to help Rex Lapis maybe to deal with Gizhong, I said as I saw a green form fighting over the ocean create his own tornado that began destroying one of Ozhel's dozen-something heads. I didn't touch my elemental energy within myself, and instead, I just gingerly pulled at my aura to summon an Anemo elemental that soon carried us three into the sky again, leaving Childe on the ground as I saw some of Liyue's guards, Milith, rushed in that direction anyway. Rex Lapis. We will keep Gizhong busy, you deal with Azdaha. I called out, summoning a dozen ruined guards' heads and using their glowing eyes to shoot lasers at Gizhong to stop her endless dust storm that was like sandpaper scraping at my aura. I could feel it wearing at my aura, and as Moryx looked back to me I saw how his form was covered in a geo shield that was weakly flickering from the constant grinding it took from Gizhong's dust storms and Azdaha's more powerful elemental attacks. Very well. But don't kill her, as that's my responsibility, Moryx said tiredly, with his voice coming across as a broken whisper. I grimaced, as this was undoubtedly one of the hardest days for Moryx, seeing two of his past greatest friends being controlled like this after they either died like Gizhong did or were sealed like Azdaha was.